Hi everyone. What's up? How y'all doing? It's been a while. I know it's probably been a few days, and been reading, been studying, hooking up with some really awesome people, very intelligent people regarding corporate America and freeing ourselves from corporate America or corporate UK or corporate Canada. Learned so much already. Crammed a lot of information in my head. So my head is really hurting right now. Too much information. But it all tends to resonate very well with me, and I cannot wait to get that beautiful birth certificate. I already have a copy, but I'm waiting for a nicer one. The other one is just kind of like, it's really old, like antique. But the reason why I bring up the birth certificate is because it's worth billions of dollars. You know, if you have a birth certificate and you came into the country, or corporate America, or corporate country incorporated, and they gave you a birth certificate, chances are that they pretty much sold you for a commodity worth. That was probably worth $1 million back in the day. It was back in 1933 when, well, I'm talking more for America. I don't really know too much about the other countries, but for America, back in 1933, America went bankrupt for a while, and they got really desperate. And what they did was they decided, you know, what we're going to do to try to help, I guess, help this country, but not in a very nice way, is we're going to go ahead and start issuing birth certificates. Birth certificates. And every baby that is born, you better make sure that those parents sign that birth certificate. Which basically, you come to find out that it's giving, you know, when the mother signed off that birth certificate, it's giving ownership to the government to own your baby, pretty much. Or, I'm sorry, the fictional character of the baby, of the birth certificate, of the name, the straw man, which is really, excuse me, which is really not the baby in itself, the human being child. However, they make us believe that that name on our birth certificate is us. That is totally us, but it really is not. It is a corporate identity. And with that, we pretty much were enslaved. We were enslaved. Even though our family did not consent to this, without, you know, when you go into a contract, there has to be full disclosure. Always has to be full disclosure. And there's got to be consent on both ends. Major consent and consideration. And with that, there was none of that for the parents, especially for me as well. I'm a parent, and I've never been given any full disclosure of what the birth certificate is. And so pretty much what you're doing is you're bringing your children into this environment, and when you register them, you're registering them as employees of corporate America, and they become corporate identities in the society. But I don't even want to get into the negative side about it. You know, if you want to go see more information. My head's not doing too good right now, but I have to give you this information. Go to my friend Beetle's video. He's really awesome. He's got a lot of information. He's really helped me out a lot, and I cannot wait to secure my bonds here very soon. Secure a lot of things, and send that birth certificate in with an accepted value in the back of it. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get your birth certificate, if you want to claim that money that's in your treasury account, that's another thing. Let me rewind here. When they registered you, or in the babies, into corporate America, they also created a bond, and which is worth $1 million. So now it's worth billions of dollars. So by our right, we have the right to claim it back. I'm not too sure about accessing the treasury. I'm not really sure with that information. However, you can use that account against all the debts that you've had, all the debts to pay off everything that you've ever struggled for, the debts, the creditors that are going after you. You can use that. And basically what it is, it's, you know, by writing on the utility bill or any other little bills that any company sends you, you write accepted for value, exempt from levy. You know, I got to remember the other one, but that's basically what you have to say. And what they do is they take that payment, or not even the payment, don't even enclose a check in it. They take that little bill and they send it back to the clerk, and then from the clerk it goes to the Secretary of Treasury. and they know exactly what to do. Even though you might still be getting a lot of collectors and these creditors are after you and all that stuff, trying to make, because they feel that you've been, you know, playing the game for a while. They think we're still that dumb, even though we are waking up. They are going to hound you until you do cough up that hardworking labor money that you work so hard for. When in all reality, all that money belongs in your treasury account, in your bond from your birth certificate that they've taken from us. So whatever that America had to do at the time, maybe they were desperate, maybe they needed us, maybe they needed to, you know, hey, we need to get this country together. But it would have been nice, wouldn't it have been nice to at least tell us what was going on. If I would have known, maybe I would have denied it, or maybe I would have went with it, depending if it was going to be for good causes, if it was to help this country in some way. But the fact is they never really told us anything. So what do you say with that? You know, when we're supposed to be taught that contract, you know, going into a contract is very important. And when you don't have everything in place, all the information right up front, then what are you doing? It's called fraud. It's called deception, right? Cool thing is, once you get your you know, you get your information, your bonds in place, you're a pretty powerful person. You become very powerful, and the statute law no longer can hurt you. It really can't, because you're no longer abiding by the statute law. You're no longer abiding by that. When you take back an ownership of your birth certificate, you're taking back ownership of the straw man as well. The straw man, the corporate identity that the corporation created. Okay, yeah, been doing some reading. Can you tell? I think I know a little more than I did before. last time. But yeah, there's a lot of information, and what you want to do is get your birth certificate and then start out by filling a UCC 1 form, because what that's going to do, that's going to help make you claim ownership to that title, to your straw man, because the government's got that. You really don't have that title yet. And once you do that, you're going to be able to relieve yourself from all the headaches. And then you secure your bonds through a security agreement contract. But there's a lot more information on the side that you could check out. But once you get everything in place, you secure your bonds, you're able to rock and roll, baby. We're able to rock and roll. And it's awesome. Very awesome. I also heard, I don't know if this is true, I'm not really sure, but they've said that they also have used our bonds, if you can also see it in the stock exchange, by basically typing in your either your birth certificate number or your social security number. I'm not really sure which one is which. That you have to put that in, and you put it in like Fidelity or some of these other big companies, and you'll come to find that your bonds will be popping up because they're using your bonds and to make lots of money off of. I mean, at first I was pretty upset about it all. I mean, it was like, God, I can't believe this, Nazi freaking America, oh my God, what am I doing? But you think about it, it's kind of cool, because, you know what, neither had to be a happy ending to this negative story of our lives. There always has to be a happy ending, right? So it is a happy ending for us. You know, whatever happened, happened. It's meant to happen. But, you know, the cool thing is we can legally and lawfully take our power back, and we can take our independence back and become a free man or free woman of the land and abide by common law, which is God's law. God's law, universal law. After all, this land is God's land. Has nothing to do with the corporation, you know. So by abiding by those rules and understanding that and learning about your rights for real as a human being, not a corporate identity, you can really move some mountains, and you can really have a major defense shield on you too. And it's not to harm anybody else, as long as you're in the right place and you're there to, you know, you don't want to cause harm to anybody. You want to just spread love and help everyone else. Hey, that's all what it should be about. This would definitely work for you. So go ahead and take your birth certificates and you go get your dough. Get your dough back, all right? All right, you guys, love and light. I think I'm going to go relax and lay down. My head is killing me, so I love y'all. Bye.